So one of the things that drew me to Solstice is the focus on the adventure programming. In fact, when I first came, what I was being told was that this is a central piece. And that's not just lip service. What happens is there's all the other components of what's happening in their therapeutic process. And then on adventure is where we get to see it play out. And so they're talking about confronting difficult things or challenging things or things that maybe even frighten them. And then on adventure, we do something like climb a rock wall. And all of a sudden they're confronting something that frightens them. And it becomes very naturally, even without us saying it, it becomes very naturally a really powerful metaphor for all the other things that are going on in their world. And so the variety of adventure programming and the activities that we do really lends to all the kinds of things that they can come with and the breadth of experience that they have. So every kid who's coming to us is coming from a different experience. And so we're not trying to cookie cutter their experience for them. We're trying to give them a really customized experience through a lot of different kinds of adventure programming.
It really does help students find who they are and what their strengths are. And so we don't only do high adventure outdoor activities, and we don't only do service projects or only art or music or community involvement kind of things. What Michael and I desire is that the kids will be able to try a lot of different things and hopefully find some of their strengths and be able to identify those on their own and really dive into something where they'll shine. And through that, they develop so much more autonomy and choice and just who they are rather than just kind of what's on the agenda for the day.
There was a student, we were indoor rock climbing, and she was being encouraged by one of her peers, which actually really helped her. She was like, I'm not really good at this and I'm afraid of heights. And her peer was like, oh, it's gonna be great. Like, you should trust the people in the process and you can do better than you think. And so they were actually climbing next to each other. She started, and knowing her, I thought she was gonna ask me to come down every time she stopped. So I was belaying. She gets a certain ways and she asks to stop for a moment and rest. She stops and she rests, and I can tell she doesn't know what to do next. But then she stops, she takes a deep breath, I can watch her body breathe, and then she looks around and she finds the next hold. And then she goes on the next one, goes up a little ways later, and then she stops and she's like, I need a rest, letting her rest. I think she's gonna ask me to come down, but then she doesn't. She takes a deep breath, then she looks around, she finds the next foothold, the next handhold, and she keeps going. And the next time, she's 10 years from now, she's 26, 27, and she comes to a point in her work situation or in her relationship, and she doesn't know what to do. What do you do when you don't know what to do? And she stops, and she takes a deep breath, and she looks around, and she finds the next best step, the next handhold, and then she goes from there. Like, if that's the only thing she does, then she's got a skill that she can use that will serve her for the rest of her life.